sentencing her to death for her role in a deadly crackdown on a student-led uprising last year. Let's first listen in to the verdict.
We have decided to inflict her with only one sentence, that is sentence of death. It is hereby ordered that accused Sheikh Hasina be found guilty on 3 counts under charge 1. Count number 1, incitement. Count number 2, order to kill. Count number 3, inaction to prevent the atrocities and failing to take punitive actions against the perpetrators.
Meanwhile, Chief Prosecutor Tajul Islam hailed the verdict, declaring that Bangladesh has been freed from a culture of impunity. This is what the Chief Prosecutor stated.
প্রথম চার্জে আসামি শেখ হাসিনাকে দোষী সাব্যস্ত করে আমৃত্যু কারাদণ্ড দেওয়া হয়েছে। দ্বিতীয় চার্জে আসামি শেখ হাসিনাকে দোষী সাব্যস্ত করে মানবতা বিরোধী অপরাধের দায়ে 2024 সালের জুলাই অভ্যুত্থান চলাকালে বাংলাদেশে ছাত্র জনতাকে লিথাল ওয়েপন, হেলিকপ্টার, ড্রোন ব্যবহারের মাধ্যমে নিষ্ঠুরতম পন্থায় 1400-র মতো ছাত্র জনতাকে হত্যা এবং 25,000-এর বেশি ছাত্র জনতাকে আহত করার দায়ে, মোর স্পেসিফিক্যালি আশুলিয়াতে 6 জনকে হত্যা করে পুড়িয়ে দেয়া, চানখারপুলে 6 জনকে হত্যা করার মাধ্যমে যে অপরাধ করেছেন সেটার দায়ে তাকে দোষী সাব্যস্ত করে মৃত্যুদণ্ড প্রদান করেছেন। বাংলাদেশে যে 1400 তরতাজা তরুণ প্রাণ এই স্বৈর শাসনের অবসানের জন্য জীবন দিয়েছেন, তাদের পরিবারে যদি সামান্য একটু স্বস্তি আসে, সেটি আজকের এই প্রসিকিউশনের প্রাপ্তি। জাতির পক্ষে আমরা একটা বিচারিক প্রক্রিয়াকে সম্পন্ন করার মাধ্যমে এই জাতিকে বিচারহীনতার কলঙ্ক থেকে মুক্ত করার যে ক্ষুদ্র আমাদের প্রয়াস, সেটা যদি সফল হয় সেখানেই আমাদের সাফল্য।
The ruling was delivered in Hasina's absence as she fled to India in August of 2024 during the height of the protests. Hasina, aged 78, was sentenced to life imprisonment for crimes against humanity and death for the killings that took place during the uprising. The decision, which comes after a period of heightened security, can be appealed in Bangladesh's Supreme Court. The conviction has been met with mixed reactions. Okay, we're now joined by Major General Sudhir Karji. He's a senior geopolitical and strategic defence expert. He joins us live from New Delhi. Major General G, of course, Sheikh Hasina has now been convicted by the very court that she established in 2010 to try war crimes committed during the Bangladesh's 1971 Liberation War. Will it have any effect on the former Awami League Party, which of course Hasina still heads?
Good evening, Thomas. Thank you for inviting me for your channel. And as regards the question, this is my personal take. The ICT came into existence in Bangladesh in 2010. Different circumstances. Sheikh Hasina herself was an elected representative of the country. So it had the backing of the mandate of the people. Now, when you compare that ICT with the ICT which is operational in Bangladesh today, this is backed by a leader who's not even elected by the people, for the people, and of the people. That is the first thought that comes to my mind. Second thing is, under these circumstances, the tenability of the ICT, which has been formed by the interim government, in my opinion, is highly opinionated and one-sided. Because almost all the representatives, they are the representatives nominated by none other than Yunus or people who are pro-Yunus interim government. So therefore, this judgment, in my opinion, does not give a considered verdict which rightfully is tenable to be contested in the higher court, which you have alluded in your preamble, that is in the Supreme Court. Third and the last point which I wish to indicate is that yes, it is a death punishment in any court of law, regardless of the country and the location and the type of governance. There is always an opportunity given to the accused to defend himself or herself. Under the circumstances where the alibi may be pointed towards her being in exile in India, but yet she deserves to be given an opportunity to contest the verdict by the ICT in a higher court, that is the Supreme Court. And along with that, please allow me to also say that today we are in 21st century. The ICT in a country, under the circumstances which has been put into effect in Bangladesh, in my opinion, does not hold any authority, any recognition, any power, and any accountability. It can be contested in the International Court of Justice. And this ICT, although its verdict is right to a large an extent legally, but technically speaking, it has got a lot of scope which can be contested in defense of the accused, that is Sheikh Hasina, in a higher court. Back to you, Thomas.
Yes, and of course, security has been ramped up across the country today, across Bangladesh, ahead of fears of a backlash given this verdict, with some protests already breaking out this morning. General G, could you give us a bit of a snapshot about the support that Hasina still has in Bangladesh?
Until the verdict had been announced by the ICT, my joining of dots as a student of geopolitics suggested that Awami League popularity was notching up as against what it was in the past. The last percentage which I counted was 56%, but by the time the verdict had gone, although a large segment of Bangladesh population went mute, rather they were muted, but yet the percentage of popularity in favor of Sheikh Hasina has gone up to 65 to 69%. And it can be contested. I don't have the evidence, but this is all from the open source, whether it is true or not. But bottom line of Awami League popularity as on today and now is 59%, which is of very high percentage. Now compare that with BNP. BNP was at 34% till the verdict was signed and it was promulgated. Now I believe the BNP has gone down further. There is a swell of popularity in favor of Sheikh Hasina. Now come to the NCP, that is the National Citizen Party, which is basically nothing but the student bodies. This was very negligible, 0.004 or some percentage. It is negligible. It is not cognizant. It cannot be taken into account as of now. It has not crossed the figure of 1 even now. So therefore, between BNP and Awami League, I feel under the circumstances, whatever is unfolding, it is willy-nilly going to turn out to be a very vitiated battle in the court of law. And the issues are, although I do agree that to large an extent, the allegations against Sheikh Hasina have a lot of strong points, yet she will be able to navigate the complex scenario and the complex ecosystem of the challenges of judiciary in the higher court. I am also given to understand the higher court is also dominated by representatives of Yunus, but sooner or later, this input is absolutely personal from known sources that the Bangladesh army is alive and cognizant of the fact that the entire nation can burst into flame in no time. There is a huge danger building up, and the population is agitated, particularly the Awami League, which has been banned to participate in the election. And all that Sheikh Hasina had been insisting, although pretty late, 15 months after having gone on exile, is that there has to be a participative involvement of the
Yes.
population in the election, and it has to be inclusive. So under these circumstances, it is holding out. It has got huge potential of turning violent. One, the Bangladesh army is absolutely prepared to budgeon, because the chief of the army staff was actually deterring. I believe the supporting generals in proximity, they have put pressure on him, and his resolve and determination has become formidable. He is going all out sooner or later
Yes.
to ensure that there is normalcy in Bangladesh and it doesn't go out of hand.
Okay, Major General